more employment to the area?
Well, you start with your principles, and my principles have always been less government, less taxes, and more freedom for the individual. Our tax structure in Michigan is wrong, and it's unbusiness friendly. In fact, Mark Schauer, I believe, was the deciding vote on the Michigan business tax that really, when he was a state senator, that really pushed a lot of businesses out of here. He also voted more recently for cap and trade, which is a job killer. John Dingell said it's a job killer. It's bad not just for manufacturing, but it's bad for farmers. If you look into the weeds of the bill, it's also if you want to sell your home, you have to get an inspection, just like you get a car inspection sometimes, to make sure it's up to standard to be able to sell. So you start with the principles of, let's tax people, so let's cut taxes down until people start complaining that they're too low. That's one thing that I've always believed in. I also believe that, I'm a small business owner, I'm a big business owner as well, that overtaxation is a huge problem, but so is overregulation. I know in two of the restaurants that I'm part owner in, it's not the taxes that kill restaurants, it's the overregulation. You want to get something done or change something in your restaurant, you have to get inspection after inspection after inspection to come up to compliance or whatever, and it takes forever, and it kills, your small margin of profitability. That's why so many restaurants go under. The Democrats right now in the state are talking about a service tax. We'll lower the sales tax, we'll start at service tax, and they say it's neutral as far as you all go. Again, I go back to I don't trust government. What will end up happening is you'll have a higher sales tax eventually, and you'll have a higher service tax, because there'll always be an excuse as to why we need to raise more revenue. The Democrats always see the problem as a revenue problem, and so that means we need to tax you more. Republicans should see it as an entrepreneurial problem, where you leave more money in your pockets, and that'll allow the entrepreneur spirit to grow. And so instead of a revenue problem, you have a growth issue. You want to grow out of the recession that we're in, rather than tax and spend our way out of it, which we're currently doing. Long story short is, I've always been a flat tax guy myself. If I went down to DC, I've always been in favor of a flat tax as far as income tax goes. I believe that's the fairest way to look at something. As far as the state goes, if I was running for governor, I don't know why some of these guys, maybe they are saying it, say that Michigan should be the Florida of the North, or the Texas of the North. We need to make the incentives so that people stay here or move here, and make it attractive for them to have their homesteads here, rather than move all the way to Arizona or Nevada or wherever else they're going. It's making it more business friendly and more attractive. We just don't have right now a business friendly environment, because there's way too much regulation in this state. And in DC, you can help by not putting unfunded mandates on the state, lessening the onerous regulations that OSHA and some other of these regulatory agencies put on, making it more commonsensical rather than this Byzantine kind of edifice we have now. It all starts with your principles, and then it's filtered through that. I believe that that's the way you have to approach it. So I don't know if I answered it 100%, but it's a big nut to crack. But I can tell you that the notion that our president has, that maybe Mark Schauer has, and some of the others in the liberal wing of the Democratic Party, is that America's on the decline. We just need to accept that 10% unemployment is going to be the norm. Michigan, once was a great state, but it's not any longer, and that's just reality. I don't believe it. I believe America, like Ronald Reagan said, is that shining city on the hill, and we can be it again. I believe Michigan can be it was the arsenal of democracy in World War II, and the workhorse of the world. We still have a strong manufacturing base here, but it is dying. Soon, agriculture is going to be the #1 industry in Michigan. So we need to